think we're live.
Woohoo!
It looks like we're live now. What's up, guys? Good morning. Happy Saturday. I want to change this here where you can see both of us. I think that they should be able to see both of us now. But I am so excited to introduce y'all to my friend Jessica this morning. If you're watching us live, say hi. Let us know you're on here. If you're catching the replay, hit us with the hashtag replay. I love to see who gets to see the videos and really welcome any questions you guys have. So feel free to drop comments, ask questions. Excited to share with y'all today. Jessica is a part of the same company I am. We found each other in one of our mentor upline groups, and I wanted to share a story with y'all. So, Jessica, what brought you to try? First of all, I don't even know. Whenever you joined, were you starting for the products or were you starting for like a business opportunity? Because some people, we have both. So some people come on for different reasons. It was like lost at first. What was it for you in the beginning? What led you to like find this company and find it?
So I had a really strong genetic family history of genetic liver failure. And so that was a big thing for me. We watched my mom go through her transplant and not fully recover from that. I mean, she's still fighting, and it's been over a year. And I didn't want to go through that same fight that my mom had gone through, and my aunts and my uncle and things like that. I didn't want my kids to have to sit and watch me through that. So I had been in network marketing for about 8 years. I was with another company, and it completely changed my life the first time, but then it was gone. And so I was still struggling, thinking that it was something I was doing wrong. Like, I was gaining my weight back. I was getting sicker. I was back on the couch, not being able, I would go from my bed to my couch and spend all day there, like telling the kids, go pick this up, go start this in the laundry, wash these. Like, I was momming from the couch because I couldn't get up and do anything. And a friend of mine started talking about what she was doing, and she was getting results. And I'm like, okay, well, what I'm doing isn't working for me. My business is going, I'm spending more than I'm making, and I'm just going to message her and see what she's doing. So I messaged her, and she's like, you have got to try this. And so I was already planning I was going to do a gastric bypass. I was going to go to Mexico, and I'm down at the bottom tip of Texas. So I was just going to border hop, go do a bypass, come back, and at least, then I would lose the weight. And the nurse side of my brain still wants to believe that, like, medical type things are always the best. They're not. I rationally, educatedly know that they're not. But you still want, the doctors tell you if you lose the weight, your liver's going to be better. And I was at that point of desperation that I was ready to do that. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it 60 days. And if I don't start feeling like I did when I had gotten better before, then I'm going to go do this surgery. At least maybe I can save my liver. And I actually borrowed money to get my first order. That's like how broke we were. Got my first order. Yeah.
How dedicated you were, that's sweet.
Got my first order, and within 30-45 minutes, I was sending her a message on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just got up and like walked down my steps and didn't have to hold on to the rail. Like, what is happening here?
That fast too, yay.
Yeah, like I felt it almost immediately. And she was like, oh, hold on, it just gets better. And I'm like, well, I would be okay with just this. If I can walk without being in so much pain that I would rather sit and feel the hurt of walking, then I'm good with just this. And that day, my appetite was so suppressed. Like, it was ridiculous. My husband came home and he's like, why haven't you made dinner yet? And I'm like, because I didn't get hungry. So I didn't realize that it was like time to cook. And so, and it's been like that for me. I have to remind myself to eat because it knocks my appetite down. But I've noticed that I'm eating for fuel, and I'm not eating out of just emotions of just wanting like comfort food. Yeah. And I'm not eating just because like a whole bowl of food just because I served myself and now I feel like I need to finish it. Like, when I eat because, like, what does my body need right now? And that's totally different for me because, I mean, come from a Mexican family, you're going to eat, and there's a lot of comfort food. And so that's big. That's huge for me. So far, I've lost 57 pounds. I'm back off of 13 meds that I had ended up back on over the last few years. I'm up. I'm doing stuff. I watch because we have a 10K challenge for getting 10,000 steps every day. I have hit it every day this month. I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting that many steps from a girl who, my 15-year-old he's 6'2". He's a big boy. And a lot of times I would have to call him in to help me walk to the restroom. My restroom is in my bedroom. It wasn't like I needed to walk across the house, but I couldn't get up and I couldn't get in there. So I would like put my arms on his shoulders and he would basically kind of like pull me to the restroom, leave me in there, and then he'd come back and help me get back to bed. I was so stinking sick.
And now you're walking 10K
steps
a day. Oh my God, that gives me chills. That's so awesome. That's like, and you said you've lost over 50 pounds now too. Like, that's even bigger than the weight loss. Like, the weight loss is awesome.
I put last night, okay.
Help to the bathroom, to walk in 10K steps a day. I love that.
Yeah, last night, my daughter and I have some sweatpants from my sister's wedding a couple months ago. And hers say like Dia Flower Girl, and mine say Jessica, Sister of the Bride. Okay. But they're like the same, they just have different stuff on them. So I laid down in bed last night, I had my 13-year-old sweatpants on. I was like, I looked down and saw her name, and at first I thought that her name like came off in the dryer and was on my pants, because come on, who can put their 13-year-old pants on? Like, no, I had her pants on. Like, I can't believe that, which, I mean, they're an extra large and they're kind of like big and comfy on her, but a month ago, 2 months ago, those wouldn't have gone over my butt. Like, seriously. I slept in them last night.
That's awesome. Love that. It's those things that make the difference. Like, the scale, a lot of people, whenever they start their journey, the scale is the main thing they want to focus on. But me, you're proof. Like, you've got to pay attention to other things too. How are you moving around? How are you feeling? Are you froze up? Look like you froze for a second.
I know. I'm like, wait, hold on, come back.
But yeah, I think those off-scale things are so much more important than the scale. But you're killing it, girl. Like,
you know, it's crazy to see how much stuff is changing. And like, we have a homestead, and so we got all the livestock stuff. And I used to send kids to make sure I would go out there if there was a sick animal, or if I just wanted to sit and watch my chickens. But I would go out there and just sit. Like, I couldn't go out and do stuff. And we homeschool, and I always wanted to bring an income in, but from home. And now I'm like, I went and got a car. Like, I went and got the car I wanted. I didn't have to go just, well, this is what I can put down. What can you work with me? Like, I got to go pick what I wanted. The business side of it. And it's weird for me to say that it's a business, because all I'm doing is getting myself better and telling other people how they can be better too. Like, I don't feel like I'm working.
Right. And we get to meet a lot of new friends. We get to meet each other.
Oh, yeah.
Make a lot of new friends, like, all over the world. It doesn't feel like work. And it's so natural to just share what you're doing that works for you. Like, you watch a good movie, tell your girlfriend about it. If you eat a good meal somewhere, tell your friends about it. So why not, if you're taking good stuff that works for you, would you not share about it? So that's awesome.
Have you heard that quote, like, if you were at a football game and the person next to you had a headache and you had Tylenol in your purse, would you give it to them? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
If you can help, why not tell them about it?
Exactly. When I started, you had been in network marketing before, but we talked the other day. I had, and that was something that my sponsor had kind of, not in that way, but she had sort of said to me, like, when you feel kind of selfish, like this has done all this for you already. Like you lost 10 pounds at that point. Did you feel that? When you kind of feel selfish not sharing that with other people that may need it too. And I was just like, mind blown. Like that's how I can help people.
I didn't think in the beginning, I was like, well, I'm not really gonna go crazy telling everybody. I just want a few friends so that my products are paid for, because I mean, we were struggling, like bad struggle. I told you I had to borrow money for my first order. And I just wanted to make sure that I could continue to take it and not have to skip a month because we were broke. And now, you know, my kids, it's hilarious. On Mondays, they're like, so what are we doing today? Because they know Mondays are paydays. And it just, I'm so like addicted to helping other people feel like this.
And what a good addiction. Girl, I'll feel you. It feels so good. It's rewarding.
It does.
It's the most rewarding thing ever. So, I want to ask, what has been, aside from weight loss, what has been like your favorite thing that the company has done? Like business-wise, once you started sharing, shared about your kids are excited on Mondays. What would be your favorite thing that the business has done? That's something you guys were able to do, able to purchase, or it's just something.
I think the personal growth of being able to be confident, like our teams are all about lifting you up and making you better. And I spent 2 years where I wouldn't leave my house. I mean, I would not leave my house. And now I'm like, I'm going to go run up to the store because I might meet somebody that I can help. Like, I want to go and do things. And that's so, I wouldn't do that before. I've gone like 4 times this last year up to Amarillo, because I'm from Amarillo. And my daughter and I made that trip by ourselves. Okay, so my anxiety has been so horrible that I wouldn't drive over a bridge and drive at night. I don't like driving through the city. And I still don't like them, but just my daughter and I have gone back and forth to go see my baby nephew like so many times, and it doesn't panic me. Like, I'll go over a bridge and I'm talking myself through it, and I'm like, you got this. You got this. You can so do this. But to be able to afford those trips, I couldn't before. I mean, we used to have to save for months just for me to be able to go up there like once a year. And now I'm like, let's go see the baby, because I can afford to go see the baby. Or just, I think the team has changed me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yes, for sure, because I can relate to that. Whenever I first started, my depression and anxiety was so bad that I wasn't getting out of the house. The lady that introduced me to these products, I actually met her because our sons had connected, and it was to the point where I had to meet her. Our kids were going to play together, and they were neighbors. We wanted to go to each other's houses. I was like, I got to meet her. And my husband had to drag me out of the house. Like, literally was like, you have to meet her. I'm crying, bawling my eyes out because I didn't want to go meet someone new. I was so bad into my depression and stuff. And then I met her. She eventually introduces me to these products and this company. It changes my life. And then, the business started taking me out of my shell too. It started to be like, you're going to have to tell some people about this. You're going to have to talk to some people. You're going to have to get yourself out there. And now, I mean, come on Facebook and do these videos. I'll meet people while we're out. Like, I've met so many people, made so many friends. So it's crazy. Like, I feel like I went from being like this shell of a human being, like a complete shell, to actually living and experiencing life. And I think we can relate to that on the same level. We're kind of like,
Yeah.
our anxiety and depression had us not being ourselves, not enjoying life.
I remember I went one time to my kids. It was like a Thanksgiving program for the twins back whenever they were in public school. And I went because for my kids, they wanted their mom in the audience for that. And I cried all day because I knew I was going to have to go that night. I got home and I spent days in bed afterwards just because like the anxiety that came from having to go out. And to be able now, it's more than just giving me my life back. I'm a totally different person now.
So awesome. My heart is just like, I love it. Our stories are so similar, and we talked about that the other day, and that's one reason I was really excited for you to share with everybody today, because, I mean, we have some similarities, but also very different. And I want people to see that it doesn't matter, like, where you came from, what your background is, if you've done something like this before, or if you haven't. If you're looking to get healthier, or if you just want to make some money and help other people, like, we have a space for you. We can help you. We can help you get healthier. We can help you find confidence and be able to make your own income. I think the income part, like being able, like, you feel like you're able to contribute to your family. And one of my most favorite, like, boss things, and it's so small. It's just a small thing. But when I am like cleaning my house and I'm cooking and I'm doing all this like mom stuff, right? And the kids are running around, and then like I get a sale or something, or like a paycheck, and it's like, I was just here doing my mom thing, and I just got paid. And it's just like the most boss feeling. And I think that it really does help with the confidence too, because you're just like, oh no, I'm a boss. Like, I can do this. Like, you know what I mean? It's a really good feeling. I think it really helps with the confidence thing. And you're like,
it does. It really does.
Someone else feel this. If I can help someone else have this confidence and all that, like, that's so life changing.
My kids will ask me, like, whenever somebody new makes their order, or whenever they reach out and ask me, okay, I want to tell my friend about this, but what do I say? How do I help them? And so I'll get super excited. It's like an adrenaline rush. And I'll be like standing in the kitchen or walking through the house, and I'm like, another. And my kids are like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm like, because the amazingness of what's just going to pour out over their life if they just take their products consistently and tell some friends how they're feeling. Okay, so being a hospice nurse, I knew my life had a purpose. And I knew that I was given a gift to help people through that chapter of their life. And that's big. That was a big calling for me. But it's totally different now, because I'm not helping people and their families be comfortable with the dying process and holding their hand through that grief. Now I'm like, here's a whole new life.
Yes.
Let's make the rest of it good. You know, like, I never realized this side of, like, instead of teaching people how to live with being sick, I could teach them how to live and not be sick. And it's exciting. Like, I get this crazy rush, and my kids just look at me like, Mom, really? I'm like, think about how much their life is going to change.
Yes, I love that. And I love that you share the excitement with the family. I do that here too, try to get the kids really involved. They get excited for people. And my kids have made friends with a lot of the people in my business. Like, it's family to them too. So it's like a whole new whole, like, support system, family, friends. Like, This company is amazing. Real. It's
My
changed
daughter's
my life.
going with me to Summit, and she's so excited. But she's like, am I going to be the only teenager? No, you're not. Because there are other girls who are
We
like,
have fun there.
yep.
We're going. We haven't decided whether we're taking the kids or not. This is Vegas, baby. I don't
We're making it a girls' trip. And she's like, Mom, but Vegas has some really, we're not going to take the guys. And I'm like, no, you are my last girl. We are making a girls' trip.
Yes,
we are going
that'll
to
be
learn.
so
We are going to
fun.
grow.
How fun. And my kids.
We don't need those stinky
love the
boys.
events. We took them to the one in Orlando last year. We loved it. Loved it. So I really want to take them to Vegas because I want them to see Vegas too. But at the same time, I'm like, well, me and hubby could have a weekend too. We could just enjoy it.
She's like, Mom, we can't go like walk anywhere. That'll be scary. I'm like, Dia, we're going to have a group of people. It's not scary. We're going to be fine.
You're gonna be with so many people that you know and love and trust. Like your whole true family will be so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and I'm excited I get to see you in Vegas.
I know. To meet all these, I made so many friends, but like online because we're all spread out across the country, and even if you're from other countries. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool. It's actually like face-to-face meet people.
Like I've got friends that I've met that are from like Panama and everything. So I get super excited whenever we have the corporate events. I've got friends in California. I'm all the way in Florida. So I love when we get together. It's like a family, like the event and learning and products and all that exciting fun stuff is wonderful. But my favorite part is I'm going to go see all my friends all over the world in one place. So we're going to
I'm excited. I'm ready to see everybody.
Me too. Well, I really appreciate you hopping on here with me this morning and sharing your story. I hope that somebody got something from it or learned something from it. And if you guys have any questions about anything, we're happy to answer. Both of us are on the post, so if you have comments, help answer your questions. Just really thankful you got on here with me. I love your story. I love you to death. I appreciate you so much for hopping on here with me.
Thanks for letting me share my story. I just think there's so many people that need to know.
Yes, definitely. And guys, I'll be back next Saturday to introduce y'all to another friend of mine. I love y'all. You guys follow Jessica if you want to see how she's doing. Follow her progress and journey. I love y'all. See you later.
Bye.